So I find myself doing little jobs, regular enough, odd jobby type things. Whenever I've got 20 so minutes free, I'll work on something. And I grabbed this the other day to use. I never videoed it, and I find myself now wanting to constantly be filming everything I do, just in the hope that I can use it just to show something working. But I didn't on this occasion. It's a little bit disappointing. I've done a very quick video of me using it today. A very quick fence repair I've needed to do for someone, and I use this and my favourite drill driver just to do some pilot holes. But yeah, I think I need to try and get something like a chest mounted camera or something, so that I can be hands free and it'll just look a bit more maybe natural. You'll see what I've done this afternoon, and you'll get why it can be a bit tricky. You can't hold a drill, hold a screw, and hold a phone and video what you do. That's maybe my problem. But if any of you have got any suggestions, great. But I mentioned this the other day when I was doing the 20 volt impact wrench. This to me is an impact driver, but it's called an impact wrench. But the other, the one where I thought that they'd advertised it incorrectly because it didn't come with a smart battery. But I picked this up a while back. I'll put the model number up. I'm not saying that out loud. It's massive description. But it's a performance model, and I'd say maybe I've had this 4 or 5 months. As I say, I used it the other day. I was removing some quite stubborn fixings, and I thought I'd give this a whiz. I'll give it a go, and it was great. And I've used it today as an impact driver, impact screwdriver. Great again. So anyway, I got this maybe 4 or 5 months ago, and it was $19.99, and I thought I can't grumble. I'd like to get a 12 volt impact wrench or impact driver if ever they do come out, just because it'd be a bit more compact. But yeah, great thing. $19.99. Waffled on a bit too much there. So it's still in its sleeve. You know me by now. I tend to just keep them until they sort of fall apart. That's it there in the nice performance box. Nice clasp on the side. And that's it there. Now, I'm going to take these out for a second. And that's all you get. That's all you're getting. The manual and this relatively compact unit. I must have a bit of power stuff in there. But that's it there. And it's handy. It's all the weights here. I was using an 8 amp hour battery, but your belt loop there, or belt, it's sturdy. You can stick it on the other side if you want, depending on how you'd be using it, or I guess it's to do with whether you're left or right handed. But I threw these in, these square adapters, and again, Parkside, that's what they look like if you see them in the shop, and you can pick these up for £1.49. Yeah, I mean, you can't beat it. They're not impact rated, but I still used one with a standard socket to get these fixings undone. Did a great job. Now I was looking at some impact rated ones of these, and I know I can pick a setup very similar to this Milwaukee for about £6.80 out of screw fix. I just haven't got around to it, but I just keep these in there. So that's it there, and these lock into place, which I think is great. Pull the collar forward and you'll pull it out. So I use this with a socket, and it did exactly what I needed it to do. You've 4 different power settings there. I've only needed it on 1, so that light might blind you there, but I don't know whether you'll catch that. But there's your 4 settings. Nice light, especially if you're working underneath something, or it's handy just to have another bit of light with you. Very good. As I say, if they bring a 12 volt out, or even I will use this more when I'm making things up, because I think I've mentioned to you I've got some hex drive drill bits, and apart from the hammer action on it, at least they'd lock into place and you would then be able to back them out a lot easier. But yeah, it's a very quick video. There's not much I can really show you on it, as there's, you know, it's a very small thing. Feels great, looks good, plenty of room in the box there for your charger, batteries, and things like these square adapters, and maybe a few impact sockets or something if you wanted to keep something in here. But yeah, I use it, as I say, just for some as a screwdriver today. I'll show it you. It's only a quick little thing I had to do, but yeah, very good. I've done this at the same time, but I was fiddling about there. So that's an 8 amp hour battery, and that fits in no bother. Closes up as it should. So you're going to get your 2, your 4, your 8 in there, no bother. And your charger here, another battery here if you wanted to keep one in. Plenty of space for bits and bobs. I won't keep a battery in with it, just so keep that. I want to keep a couple of those 8 amp hours out ready for whatever I pick up. But yeah, good. I'm trying to increase my Parkside performance range. There's a nice, I think they call it a saber saw, I call it a recip saw, but they have a nice, I say nice, it looks alright, saber saw, recip saw in the 20 volt range performance that I would like to get, but at the minute I think it's sitting at about $49.99, and I've got a battery version and I've got a corded version, and I maybe use it not very often, so justifying buying it just because I'd like the performance. Yeah, maybe one day, or if I see it on offer, I'll at least scoop it up.